Hello everybody, it's Lynn with Crafting Break, and I am here for, let's see, what month are we in? March. I am here for my March free with purchase online class, which is all about Easter. Might be running a little late on doing Easter cards, but thought I would still get this class posted. This is the same cards I did with my in-person class last month, and I meant to do this last month, and as usual, time escaped me. So what this is, again, this is March free with purchase online class. And for a minimum $50 order on my website, anything you want, I will send you all the parts to make these cards. You'll get to make 2 of each card, so a total of 6 cards. And as we go through the cards, I will show you everything you will get in the kit. The only thing I cannot do is I cannot stamp things for you and send them to you. That's a policy that Stampin' Up! Has, that I can't do that. And I will die cut everything that is not part of the bundle. So the bundle I am using for these cards are, sorry, my dies are all over the place here. I'm using the Easter basket dies and the Easter basket. So it's the Easter basket bundle. So it's cute, Easter stamps, and then the dies are amazing in this kit. You'll see on this first card that I really used the dies on the basket. The basket is super cute. I'm also making 3D projects with that basket for everyone I work with. Very soon, actually, since Easter's almost here. So let's get started with this card. This is card number 1, and I'm going to show you everything you get in that. So my cards come all in the envelope like this, and when you pull it out, it's everything for the front layer. The inside layer is always tucked behind. So that is how my cards will come. So you'll get the card base. This is, oh, I'm totally blanking. It's Shy Shamrock. So you get the card base. You'll get this front card layer, which will already be dry embossed for you. This white card layer, and then you will get scraps or pieces of cardstock in these colors, so Crumb Cake, Balmy Blue, and Shy Shamrock, so you can die cut the pieces out. So you get a little square of Balmy Blue that cuts the bow, little rectangle of Shy Shamrock so you can cut the grass, and so forth. So that's what you'll get in the kit. Let's go ahead and get started with some simple stuff here. Let's fold our card base and get that out of the way. And I don't think I stamped. Happy Easter usually for me is all it really needs to say. Oh, I just hid that there. I'm trying to keep this paper up here because I know my lights do a little bit of a glare. I'm trying to not have that show up on the camera. So let's put the inside layer on. My inside of the card doesn't say anything on it. I felt like Happy Easter on the front was all it needed. Of course, you can do whatever you would like with your cards. I mean, in the set, there's options that say Easter's on its way. Actually, no, I didn't do that. That would be cute to say, though. Easter's on its way. Hello, spring for you. So there's some options there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put this layer on as well. I'm doing color on color on this. A little rare for me, but that's what I did. So Shy Shamrock on Shy Shamrock. And I like to put extra glue on a 3D embossed piece. I'm going to flip that over. It's a little easier for me. So this just gives the card front some nice texture there. Okay, that's a good place to get started to get some pieces out of our way. Let's take the white layer. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and build our basket. I'll show you how to do that. So the basket die, keep reaching over here. This piece right here of the die cuts out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 strips for the basket. And so you can get quite a few. Gosh, you can make almost 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, yeah, almost 3 baskets with this. I'm only feeding 3 strips through. You'll see on here that these are the strips you're seeing in the basket. They're the weaving. So I saw another demonstrator do this. This is a skewer. Anything long, narrow, with a pointed end is going to work great. I didn't have these at first. I went and got one for my mom. I used some really long needles I had. I'm a cross stitcher, and so I just pulled some needles out. So this works best though. And so what we're going to want to do is have the basket face up the right way, and we're going to kind of go in, out with the skewer. And I'm going in the center of that, that basket. So I can take one of these strips and go through the top. Hold that in place. I'm going to take another one of these strips and I'm going to go through the bottom. It's a little loose right now, so I want to hold those strips in place when I pull the skewer out. So for now, I want to make sure that these strips are totally to the top and to the bottom. And then I'm going to flip the basket over and I'm going to weave the same way. And this is going to be a little tighter because I've already got 2 of the strips in. And you don't have to flip it. You just want to make sure you're weaving the last one in a different pattern. And I don't know, for some reason me going upside down on the basket or the back side worked better. Okay, so you can see how I don't have that much room on this one because I've already got 2 strips, but I'm going to feed this one now pretty close to the top of that skewer, holding it in place to pull it out. And now you will see we have a weaved basket. So now what I want to do is I want to pull these down, and I'll show you closer in the camera in a minute. I want to pull these down a little bit because this basket trim is going to go on the top, and so you are not going to really see anything towards the top there. So you'll see here, hopefully, I've brought these down a little bit because this is going to go right on top here. All right, so I think that looks pretty darn good. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of glue. This isn't necessary, but because I used a skewer, what I like about it too is it kind of gives it a little bit more of a 3D effect. The weave is popped up a little bit from doing that. So I'm just going to put a tiny dot of glue on the outside pieces. Get my glue flowing again here. Here we go. And I just want to tack that down. I don't really think this is necessary, but I don't know. For me, I like the extra security. So I'm going to do the 2. Oops. And I'm just bending it back to do it. Oh, that was a lot of glue. Let's get a little bit of that off with my finger. All right. And then this one. This is a newer glue bottle, so I don't have quite control over that glue bottle yet. And then the strip on the back, we'll do little glue dots on those too. Okay. Oops. It's the back side of the basket. I don't care how messy I get. Okay, there we go. Now all we need to do is take a pair of snips and make some confetti. Just going to trim around the outside of the basket to trim off those edges. And this one barely has an edge there. All right, just like that. That part of the basket is done. Not so bad. I think I can take care of weaving 25 of those this weekend for my coworkers. Okay, let's go ahead and finish the basket up and put the trim on the top. And I'm doing crumb cake on this. You could do all sorts of colors. The 3D baskets, I wish I had one to show you. I gave everyone in my card class in person a 3D basket filled with candy, but I did different colors for the weaving and then a different colored trim, so they were really cute. Actually, there might be a picture on my Facebook page you can see with that. Okay, I'm going to put the grass at the bottom. Oops, and obviously some glue on my mat there. Okay, so our basket is done for now. I'm going to wait on that bow because now we want to stamp the flowers. And for my card, I didn't want the flowers sticking out of the basket. I wanted them all contained in the basket. It's not going to matter. You can have flowers obviously come outside of baskets and containers all the time. But I, for this card, wanted mine inside the basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this basket where I'm going to end up gluing it. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to kind of go, let me get that straight first. I'm going to go underneath the handle where you can't see the pencil mark, and I'm going to go down inside the basket there and draw those lines. And so I know where to stamp, and then when I glue the basket on, you'll never see it. So that was my little trick. Okay, I'm going to use Memento because I'm going to color this. And this is one stamp, so we're going to end up stamping 3 times. So you're going to have to kind of angle it. So this first set on the left, I'm twisting it to the left. The middle, I'm going to bring those high. And to the right, I'm going to angle the flowers to the right, just to kind of squeeze them in there. And you know what, that one's going to go outside the basket, I can tell already. And that's okay. It's going to be fine. Okay, I think I did color these one of these ahead of time, but it's not going to take long, so I'm going to go ahead and color these on camera with you. So I am using light Old Olive, and I'm going to color in the leaves. I don't have Shy Shamrock blends. Honestly, I don't even know if they make them. They might, but I don't own them if they do. So I'm just grabbing a green. And in this case, it was Old Olive, and I'm using the light. And I think that's as far as I need to go. Now for the flowers, I am using all darks. And the reason I'm using darks is because I don't know about you, but the darks I don't use as often as the lights, because the lights do most of the coloring and the darks are for the shading. So I tend to run out of my lights more so than the darks, and because you have to buy them in combo packs, I end up having 3 darks of something and 1 light. So when I have small things like this, I like to pull out the darks and just color with the darks. So this one is, I almost said donkey pretty, it's dark, pretty, and pink. And I'm just going to color this flower. I should color a few flowers in the pink here. I'm going to go this one up here. There's some teddy fur. And these flowers, the lines don't go continuously all around the flower, so just have it end where you best think it ends. I think when the black lines don't completely make the design or the flower, it allows for mistakes and you can't even tell. Okay, now I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and I'm going to use the dark Balmy Blue. In my sample card I showed before I started making this card, I had used all the light blends. So when I show you this card up next to that one, you'll see the difference. But after I colored that one, I thought, well, that was silly. I should just use my darks because they don't get used as often as the lights. Okay, I think that's all I did on blue. This is Peach Pie. And then I will go back and do the centers of these flowers. I like to do the main color first, so I'm not picking the wrong color for the center. Like I don't want a yellow center on a yellow flower, so that's why I'm doing it this way first. Okay, and then this yellow I'm using is Lemon Lolly, and again, it is the dark one. And this is my one flower over here that's going to stick outside the basket. Not a problem. Every card is different. Okay, so now with this yellow, I'm just going to go in the centers of a few of them. Maybe the blue and the pink flower, I'll do yellow in the center. And then I'm just going to grab, let's do blue. Who cares if it's really not a blue center flower, but I'm going to do blue in the center of the Peach Pie and the Lemon Lolly. Okay, there we go. The coloring is done. So now I can bring back in my basket and you'll see, oh, that flower's barely outside. All right, so let's glue our basket down. And of course, this is, a 3D, so there's going to be, you don't want glue all over the place, it's going to seep through. A couple dots around the handle. I know a lot of people don't like to use glue. As you know from watching my videos, I love glue. Okay, yeah, it's going to stick out a little bit. Okay, there's our basket. Might as well just glue. Notice I'm putting my basket down before I've even stamped Happy Easter at the top, so I better not make a mistake at this point. Okay, the bow's going to go right here. It fills in that gap, that space nicely right there. Okay, let's pull out Peach Pie and the stamp set that says Happy Easter and cross our fingers that we don't have a stamping issue. Yeah, It's kind of hard to have a stamping issue with these stamps. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to glue this on the front of our card base. And you could use dimensionals on this, but I didn't. I find that the dry emboss piece has enough texture, so I didn't, and it raises the card front up a little bit. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna pull in, I was gonna pull in these, oh wait, are these the same? No. I was gonna pull in these, but I can't find my embellishments right now, so I'm gonna wait on putting embellishments on my card. They're somewhere on my table somewhere, and I just don't know where they are. So you can see this card, I do have some embellishments on here. It's a cute little Easter egg with these dots. These ones I find are for the strawberries and dots, not the right ones, but I'll add my bling later. But there you go, there's card number 1. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. Here's card number 2. And here's the pieces. Okay, so here's what you'll get in this card base. I'm just going to fold that now and get that out of the way. It tends to take up a lot of space when it's not creased nicely. Okay, here's our card layer for the front. You get 2 strips of this beautiful DSP, nice heavy duty weight. 3 pieces of basic white for stamping on, and then this is the inside layer. Okay, so what these pieces are for is we have not that bunny, we have this one for a bunny, and we have these 2 for the flowers. So we'll go ahead and get started with the stamping. And this one, I do need to clean this one real quick because I did use Happy Easter on the inside of that card. So let's clean that stamp real quick, so I don't put peach pie ink inside of Balmy blue, because I would do it. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the cute bunny and his cute little ear. And he'll fit just nicely on here. All right, and we need 2 flowers. And I will save you the agony of watching me color this one. But it's the same concept. I'll color the bunny so I can show you what I did with the bunny. So the flowers are the same. I use dark lemon lolly, dark pretty in pink, and I used old olive for the stems and the leaves. And you can see I've already colored those and die cut them out. There is a flower over here somewhere. You know, lose them all the time. It's probably on the ground. Anyway, here's my bunny. Might have to cut another one real quick. I don't know where the flower went. Okay, so for the bunny, what I did is I used dark pretty in pink for the inside of the ear right here. And I did not do any shading on this bunny. I just used light smoky slate, and I colored the entire bunny in light smoky slate. Oops, I forgot his little nose. His little nose needs a pink dot right there. Ever so slightly little nose. And I did leave his little tail white, so that, I mean, you can add shading to this little guy all you want. I kind of wanted him to be a little light, so I only used the light smoky slate. And my light smoky slate is almost out, so I'm using the finer tip instead of the paintbrush tip, which is normally what I'd use to cover. I'd normally use to color a larger space, but this one is running out of ink. So I guess I'm going to color the whole bunny with you. He or she is so darn cute. This bunny set is just adorable. And let's not get his nose gray because I just put pink in there. Okay, there's our bunny. And then, of course, I die cut them out already, so I'm going to move these off to the side. And I will look for that other pink flower that I know I die cut earlier and just don't know where it is right now. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Oh, I just heard something fly. There's my flower. Okay, let's glue some layers down. But actually, before we do that, let's stamp. So this side, this card says Easter's on its way, Happy Easter. And I did both of those in Balmy Blue. And this is a landscape card, so I need to remember to stamp the right way. And when I say landscape, it's going this way, not portrait, which is this way. So Easter's on its way in Balmy Blue. About right there looks great. And then Happy Easter on the inside. That's probably why I stamp crooked, because I put my cardstock at an angle all the time. I don't know. All right. Let's get the front layer. And we're going to glue this piece down first. And this DSP is thicker than our normal DSP. It's got that sheen on it. I don't know if you can quite see that in the camera, but it's very thick. And that's going to come down on the left side, leaving about, I don't know, 1/2 inch on the side over there. And then this strip goes right over the top. And I think right there looks good. Again, does not have to be perfect, does not even have to look like my original card. Actually, let's just go ahead and glue all this down. And then we'll put our final elements on. So card layer here. Simple, easy cards. And the inside layer. You could also stamp a flower down here. You could put one of those, the stamp set has a carrot. You could add things to the inside of your card as well. And don't forget your envelope too, right? Like you can stamp the same elements on your envelope, however you want to say it, and it coordinates so nicely with the card. So that's always fun to do too. Okay, now we're going to pull out some dimensionals. And we're going to pop these last 3 things, the bunny and the flowers. We're going to pop them up. I'll just flip them over and put them on the flowers at the same time. All right. I know I'm going to film this video. I'm going to clean my table. I'm going to find that bling. You watch. So my bunny, he's going to kind of sit on top of that DSP. His ear got a little high there. Let's see if I can move him. If not, no big deal. Nope, he's going to be right there. He's covering the word a little bit, but that's okay. And I see I colored this flower a little different than I did the other one. Colored this one in Balmy Blue instead of Lemon Lolly. That's okay. They can be any color you want them to be. And this one I kind of put in his hand like he was holding it. Okay, imagine there's bling on that card too. There's card number 2. Easter's on its way. Happy Easter. Okay, moving on to the last card. Here we go. I know the bling is here somewhere for this one. Found him. Okay, this is Happy Easter and blank inside. Again, you could put Easter's on its way on the inside of that one too. So let's pull that one out. And you may or may not get, so you can see this one, I use flowers on this one. You know, when I cut cards for, when I cut paper for card classes, sometimes I can't get all the cards made with the same DSP. So each person got this layer and they also got the flower layer. So I'm going to make this one with the flower layer since I've made all the other ones with this colored DSP back here. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're going to start with folding this card base. Giving it a good crease with our bone folder. Let's go ahead and glue the inside layer in to get that out of our way. I just had my glue right here. Of course, I put it back where it belongs. That's what I should always do. With the bling too, put it back where it belongs, you won't lose it. Okay, let's put this in here. And then while I have the card base, I'm going to take this DSP layer and I'm going to glue it at an angle on that card base. Angles, not my, totally out of my comfort zone. I usually like things very straight, so this is a little off for me. Okay. Oh, I must have pulled the other. What else? What you'll also get in that card kit is this layer, and I must have used it to stamp already because I did. It's right here. But I'm going to stamp this one with you. So we're going to stamp the other bunny in that kit, or in that stamp set. And he's going to be kind of towards the bottom. And then we're going to stamp these flowers again. And I went at an angle with that, just like that. And then again, same concept. I colored everything the same. I used, on this card, I used Peach Pie, Balmy Blue, and Pretty in Pink. And I used the Lemon Lolly as the center, Dark Pretty in Pink for the ears, and Light Smoky Slate for the bunny. So I won't color this one on camera with you. So let's just bring this one in that I've colored ahead of time. Let's go ahead and grab that Balmy Blue ink, and we're going to stamp Happy Easter on the top. I can't talk when I'm stamping. I need to concentrate. Okay, we're going to glue the grass at the bottom because the bunny and the flowers are in the grass. And when I glue the grass down, I don't even try to put the glue on the little blades of grass. I just go along the bottom. And I want to make sure this is kind of covering his feet and the flowers so he really looks like he's in the grass. And I noticed what I did not do on this one is I forgot to color the leaves. So let's do that on camera together real quick. Let's color those little leaves there. There we go. Okay, you're going to get this ribbon from me. And I'm going to need my reversible tweezers. I just tied a simple little bow. Not a bow, sorry, that would not be the same sentence with the word simple. I tied a knot on this one, not a bow. So it honestly doesn't matter where you are on the card because it will shift. So let's just get our little knot. So I'm gonna bring these in to work as, oops, that didn't work very well. It's always fun when you try to do this while you're filming because it never works. I filmed the reel with this card, and my gosh, I must have struggled with this little simple knot forever. I had to speed up that part of the reel. It was just embarrassing. I think it took me 4 times to get the knot tied. It's probably gonna do the same thing right now too. As usual, it doesn't help that I have no nails. Okay. Oops, see, there we go. Let's try again. Oh, I might have cut it a little. It's not too short. It's just my fingernails. Okay, there we go. Slide those third set of whatever. Slide out the reversible tweezers there. Okay, there's our knot. Now I'm going to take some snips. I'm just going to trim that a little bit because the ribbon does get a little frayed as you're trying to tie your knot with it. Okay. Now this layer, whoops, I did pop up on dimensionals, so let's flip this over. And of course, as you all know, I love my dimensionals. I'm going to strategically place some of those right over the ribbon so it stays in place, because I don't use glue to hold my ribbon or anything, glue dots to hold my ribbon. I just use the dimensionals on the back. Okay. It does 2 purposes. Holds my ribbon and gives me the height I need. I'm going to pull this off camera. Well, I don't need to actually. Did I pull that one off? No. Sometimes I like to do this right over the little trash cans so I don't have to gather them. But I did a good job there. Okay, this one I put at an angle as well. There we go. And for the cute little bees, the tiny bee trinkets. And I'm going to use glue dots for this. So how do I do this? I take a glue dot and I roll it up like a burrito. I take the bee, can you see that? And I put it right over that glue dot. So if you roll it up like a burrito, it fits along the wings up there at the top. And then I pull it off, and there we go. So again, roll it like a burrito. If it comes off, no problem. You can just take that. I need to put it on this finger because I'm right-handed. And I'm going to put my bee. You can use reversible tweezers as well to grab these little bees. And I will put that one right here. And let's have one more. We need 3s, right? These bees are so cute. They're just stinking cute. And we'll put that one right down here. And let's put the lid on that before those go flying. Okay, and there is card number 3. Happy Easter. So, at least I got one card with the bling on it, or the embellishments. So, again, as a reminder, here are the 3 cards. I will have the link in the description of this video where you can shop to make an easy shopping link, so you can make that $50 minimum purchase if you're interested in getting this card kit. Again, you'll make 2 of each of these designs. I will send you all the cardstock you need. You'll just need the stamp set and the die set to make them exactly as I've made them, and you'll need your own bling, except I will send you the ribbon. It's hard for me to cut the bling apart, and to send these little beads would be a little hard. So, I mean, if you have anything, rhinestones, antique pearls, anything would be pretty on these. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those cards, and I will see you next time. Thanks.